Hi everyone! In today's video, we're going to learn about dividing fractions using models. Let's take a look at our first example, 1/2 divided by 1/6, or in other words, how many 1/6 fit into 1/2. We can see in our model we have 1/2 and 1/6, but in order to use the model to help us divide, we need to redraw our model so that we have a common denominator. So what's the common denominator of 2 and 6? Well, we can also ask ourselves, what's the lowest common multiple of 2 and 6? That's right, it's 6. So we can draw our 1/2 into its equivalent fraction of 3/6. Now, how many times does 1/6 fit into 3/6? Well, it fits into it 1 time, 2 times, and 3 whole times. So 1/2 divided by 1/6 is 3. Let's try another example. Let's just change the order around from our example number 1. Instead of 1/2 divided by 1/6, let's do 1/6 divided by 1/2. And therefore, how many times does 1/2 fit into 1/6? So again, we have our model showing 1/6 and 1/2. We know that we need a common denominator, which is 6. So let's show that. Okay, if we look here in our model, 1/2 doesn't even fit into 1/6 one whole time. So that means our answer is going to be less than 1. Now notice that only 1/3 of this fits into the 1/6. So this tells us that 1/6 divided by 1/2 is going to be 1/3. Let's take a moment to look at the two examples we've just completed. Both problems were division problems with 1/2 and 1/6. But did we get the same answer? That's right, we didn't. So remember, unlike addition and multiplication where it was commutative, where the order of the numbers didn't matter, for example, in the pictures, where 3 plus 4 or 4 plus 3 both gave us 7, or in multiplication where 2 times 6 or 6 times 2 both give us 12, division is not commutative, and so the order of the dividend and the divisor do matter. All right, so for our third example, instead of doing it as a drawing, let's try to use our modeling tool to help us, because sometimes drawing those pictures can be annoying. So we have 5/6 divided by 1/3. So just like before with these two fractions, we want to think, well, what's the common denominator that we can use for 6 and 3? Well, it just so happens to also be 3. So we're going to have 6. So we're going to have models that are going to have 6 parts. So we can draw, don't mind the cat, we can draw this one here with 6 parts. So here we're going to do a border around it, and we're going to do those 6, and then we're going to do another one with 6 parts as well. So here we go. Now, we want this one to represent 5/6, so really I can use the borders and do all of the borders, and now it kind of makes separate pieces for all of them, and I have 5 pieces colored in. So let's just use the number 1 to color these ones red, and we have our 5 pieces colored in. And now for the 1/3, well, I can take up 2 pieces like that, and now our picture is divided up into thirds, and I'm going to use the number 2 to color that in. So now here we have our model of 5/6, and we have our model of 1/3. Now we did talk about how we need a common denominator, which is 6. So we're going to just copy and paste these down, and instead of this one being into thirds, I'm going to now use all the borders to create it into 6s as well, or 6. So now we can see that we have 5/6, and we have 2 of these colored in, so 2/6, and it's equal to 1/3. So this is the model that we can use to help us solve this question. So now what I'm going to do for my model is I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and I'm going to use this and put it into a GoFormative, or I'll put it into a Jamboard to help me show my work. So now that I have my picture of my model, I can use the writing tools in GoFormative to help me show my thinking. And then for us in this video, I'm going to go back to using what I've been using. So going back to this problem, we have 5/6 divided by 1/3. So how many times does 1/3 fit into 5/6? Well, it fits into this 1 time and a second time, so 2 whole times. But now wait, we have this extra part. And this 1 part is out of the 2 parts that we need to create a whole. So that means that 5/6 divided by 1/3 is 2 and 1/2. Or, in other words, 1/3 fits into 5/6 2.5 times.